you know, even if you don't understand anything about electricity, you'll have
All
a
you have to do is get the panel out of the way, and we're in business.
Panel moved.
That's like a Christmas
So,
tree now.
first sign that those things can be removed from the wall. That's quite a relevant fact.
It's a shield. 10th or 11th century. Probably recovered with the piece we're looking for. It resembles Lancelot's crest, doesn't it?
It would have been better it existed.
Oh, what's this now? It looks like a map. Have a good look and see what you can make of it.
What do you think it's for?
Maybe our knight needed help finding his way home. Or perhaps this piece wasn't all he had.
You think he stashed more of the sword somewhere?
Possibly, but the map is useless without a reference point.
I'll work on it. Going offline.
Splendid. A number of minor relics were recovered along with the artifact. The poor fellow couldn't find anyone to help him study them.
I don't think I've ever been happier. Show me what it can do.
Right click pulls, left click pushes. Another way to kill these guys is to pick these up, let them rotate close to you, and slam them into their faces. Like that. The explosive barrel is just there for fun of it. Now, Alistair actually made a remarkably prescient comment there when he said if he had existed, because the problem with Lancelot is that in the first iteration of the Arthurian myth, the version written by an Englishman, Lancelot doesn't exist. Lancelot was written in by a Frenchman sometime afterwards. I think the first thing was 1138. And Lancelot was written afterwards. So, it's interesting that they chose to include him, because if you're saying the Arthurian myth is true, then you wouldn't include Lancelot. But more relevantly, the whole history... Sorry, okay, one second. I'll carry on explain that in a second. This is the gold puzzle. Now, the gold puzzle in this room is it's actually around the corner in an alcove. You can only notice it if you're over there and facing backwards. And the trick I want to work out is because you can pull these out, you can pull out these as well. There's another way to jump. That crate obviously provides a launching pad, and then that ledge up there lets us go around. If we look at this, we notice that it has a stable flat point at each side, then a gap in the middle. So if we simply tug it, it slides down, gets lower, push along, and then we can shove it up. Although it needs a good bit of convincing to go up there. Okay. We want to sulk, do we? Can push it up that slope. Really? It's going to be like that, is it? Once it's up that side, you can see we can make our way onto the other area over there. This gold puzzle is actually pretty tricky, and I only noticed the gold prize when I was on the other side looking back one day by accident when I was looking around for a way to get back when I'd fallen off. As I was saying about Arthur, Arthur putatively existed in the 6th or 7th century. So, A, why do they constantly have all these references to the Crusades when she looks at that shield as 11th or 12th century? That's just flat out weird, especially given the first story was written in 1138. So it seems unlikely they would have chronicled them in the same period as being, you know, from some time ago. And even weirder, why would they write in Lancelot if they're saying it's real? When he's the invention of a Frenchman who basically wanted to put in a French character who kicked everyone's asses and slept with everyone's wives, which is basically what Lancelot does. He's a French Mary Sue. I don't know, slightly frustrating. Whether this is another case of slowly introducing gameplay elements. They introduce things you can shoot and the electrical things, then in the next area they show you something you can shoot and electrical things simultaneously, and this electrical thing can't be ducked under because it's lower down. Yay. puzzle boss fight rather than a health and dodging boss fight. Hi, Amanda.
Amanda, I'm sorry for what happened, but we can still work together.
The feeling I get from this
There is no
relationship is that
we,
they
Lara.
used to be
There
much
never
better than
was.
friends. Look, there was no
It's
we,
me
Lara.
down there. Me?
I get this very,
Do you
broken up
remember it?
relationship vibe from
I
these two.
touched it,
Because, you know,
and
they
it
break
touched
up,
me
she
back.
starts dressing badly, gets really sulky, and then becomes convinced that Lara is her evil nemesis. Sounds like
I
classic
made it
breakup
my
stuff. I certainly know that's how my girlfriends react. Look, she's even shacked up with an unsuitable man.
A little friendlier than it was in Paraíso, isn't it? I taught him how to fetch.
You're mad.
Call your new boyfriend
It
a
killed
dog.
our friends, Amanda, and it almost killed us.
And it saved my
See, you
life
can hear
once I
Keely dropping her
mastered
T's there.
it. It's all about a broader perception. I'd stay away from it if I were you.
As you can see, there are 4 levers around in this area, which we have to pull because all levers must be pulled. Now, this thing, all this thing will do at the moment is to try and drop those kind of little fire bomb thingies in your path, and it predicts where you're going to be. And, however, it assumes you're going to be running in a straight line. So if you simply jig left and right like this, you can go move in a straight line without having to worry about them. I see as I get blown up. Well, assuming you're not being reached, not like me. Notice left, right, left, right, left. Okay, that's not done yet. What's he doing? I wish he didn't show this over and over again. I mean, once you've seen it once, you know what's going on until you pull one. He's unusually aggressive. Normally he just casts the firebomb at this point. He doesn't normally hit you. Well, everything seems to have been going wrong, so I wouldn't put it past the game to be vindictive and make that monster be nasty.
What do I need to do to get it out of there?
I haven't got a clue. I know a little about Tesla technology, but this
Let's start. You, Mr. Fuckface, come with me and get electrocuted.
What are you doing? What have you done?
This is field 1. It's just like the little hanging things. Field 2. Field 3. There we are. It's exposed at the top.
You're gonna kill us both!
Let me grab it. My hard drive space is rapidly running out, so I fear I have to curtail the end of this quite rapidly. Very soon. Well, this has not been the most ideal of runs. Me have fucked up repeatedly, but I can't be bothered doing this level again because I hate it.
I'd like to think some skill was involved. Did Alistair have any luck with the mappers?
Zach, you're not going to believe where this leads.
Oh, you're going to find me extremely incredulous today.
Cornwall.
As in, take the M5 to the A30 call.
As the crow drives.
Well then, let's see who can get there first.
I quite like that, sort of an English joke referenced English motorways that someone who wasn't English wouldn't really get. Yay, new outfit. Now, that's that. I'm sorry, the audio delay will still be present because it's a function of how I'm recording. I have to introduce a 400 millisecond buffer because I'm rerouting those things through various different virtual audio cables. But, actually, 46 minutes, that's not bad. Normally it takes about an hour to do what I'm doing slowly. I'm sorry about repeatedly dying on the bike chase. It's frustrating as all hell, but there we are. I had a fantastic time in America. I'll probably talk about more about that next time. Any comments, please hit the thread. And, yeah, see you all soon. I hope